Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Players Table, where we go over daily sports picks from paid premium servers and give a base analysis on who's been hitting and who's been missing. If you'd like to know exactly which servers these picks are coming from, join the Discord description below, where we post all these picks and more first, as well as more throughout the day for free. And if you haven't joined Prize Picks Sleeper, I have my pro links down in the description as well. We have a lot of picks to get into, and Sunday football has already started. So let's get straight into it. You're going to see a lot of Jaden Hardy for today. We got him over on points. This particular server has him under on PRA. I personally disagree, but they have Andre Jackson Jr. going under for PRA. I might take that. We have Jared Allen going over for points. Max Strus going over for PRA. Derek White going over for PRA. And Pascal Siakam going over for rebound and assists. Boston is playing the New Orleans Pelicans. And we are expecting to see Zion play. Possibly he did get suspended for missing a flight, but we will have to see, and we will update that in the Discord server. We have Jalen Brunson going over for PRA, as well as Giannis and Nikola going over for PRA. We also have Sabonis and Evan Mobley going over for PRA. More specifically, we have Derek Lively going over for rebounds, Damian Lillard going over for rebounds, Aaron Gordon going over for rebounds and assists, Jalen Williams going under for rebounds and assists, and Paolo Banchero going over for points and assists. Here's a couple more picks for y'all. We have PJ Washington going over for PRA, as well as Joel Embiid going over for points and assists. We have Zingas Pingus going over for rebounds. He hit the other night for points. This time we're taking him for rebounds. We also have Paolo Banchero over for rebounds, as well as Walker Kessler going over for rebounds. And we also have LaMelo Ball going over for points. Moving into these hybrid plays between the NBA and the NFL, you can see which lines we are more leaning to take, including that Nikola PRA, Giannis going over for rebounds, Vucevic going over for rebounds, and Donovan Mitchell going over for points. If you saw, he had a really bad game against OKC, and he sat out the following game. So hopefully he doesn't reboot us, and he actually comes out and gets his 20 for the night. But we also have Saquon going over for rush yards. You can see a lot of that, as well as Mike Evans going over for receiving yards, and Bo Nix going over for pass yards. You can see here we also have Josh Allen going under for rushing yards. You can also take Josh Allen going under for pass completions. He might go over on his pass yards and his pass attempts, but I personally think that he's going under on his actual completions. We have Amari Cooper going over for receiving yards, Dawson Knox going over for receiving yards, and Khalil Shakir going over for receptions, as well as Courtland Sutton going over for receptions. For the later games, we have Tucker Kraft going over for receiving yards, as well as Dontavian Wicks going over for receptions, Jaden Daniels going over for pass completions. We also have Jaden Daniels going over for fantasy score, and Terry McLaurin going over for fantasy score. And like I said, Dontavian Wicks going over for pass completions or receptions. Going over what happened yesterday, we had one push, which was Jaren Jackson Jr. We finally had another good night after 2 days of not talks, but we just weren't playing as much. Yesterday we did have a lot of good plays, and we hit on Naz Reid going over for points. We had KD over for points and assists. He hit that, and just like we thought, he went under on rebounds. He stayed out of paint. We also had Denny from Portland. I don't know how to say his last name, so I'm gonna just say Denny. He hit for his points as well as his field goal attempts. Of course, Derrick Henry hit on his rush yards. He absolutely exploded, looked like Lightning McQueen out there. We also had Likely over for receptions, and George Pickens, just like I said, we weren't too sure about him getting receiving yards, but he was definitely going to get a really big reception. Aside from his 36-yard touchdown, he also had another big play, but that got called back for a flag. So he definitely had a lot of opportunities to get over on that longest reception. Even though Jaren Jackson pushed on rebounds and assists, we had him on points still, so he went over for that. And Scotty Barnes went out and did good on his PRA. And we also had J. Cole going over for points. And that's it. If you see any picks on the screen that weren't on the video yesterday, that's because we put them all in the Discord. Go ahead and join down in the description below. We post all of them there first, as well as more throughout the day. And if you haven't joined Prize Picks or Sleeper, I have my referral links down in the description as well. Thank you, and let's see.